connected.
What should I do next? It's not in the morning, so.
So kind of rounding back around to coming back around to partnership, you know, I think you have a really good, you know, solid grounding of you post what you want to feel real to you, but how do you not get caught up in the numbers of it all, right? Like you want social posts to perform well, right? To kind of maintain good relationships with your partners, but how do you continue to keep that passion, you know, intact, but also want content to perform? Like what's the key there?
You did?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Are you working video?
Yeah, I'm working.
You're working?
Yeah.
Thank you. So what's your advice for people who are kind of struggling to find their personal style or their, you know, stay authentic in their content, right? Like wake up in the morning, look at me and say, I love you. Yeah. I love you. And then dance. Beatbox, right? Because I think, you know, in this industry, some people, you know, have a hard time. They start getting on social or they kind of build a persona online and then they kind of lose themselves. So it can be really hard.
The number one most important thing when it comes to finding your own personal style and sense of everything is experimentation.
Yeah.
Is being able to try something one day and try something, you know, something different every day for a week, and then look back on that week and say, you know, hey, I was really onto something there.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm never going to try that one again. Or, you know, hey, you know, when you can experiment and just kind of just try different things, hang out with different people, wear different clothes, listen to different music, you can kind of triangulate and say, hey, okay, I'm going to find the meanness inside of all of this, because what you end up doing is you start finding little bits and pieces of yourself in all of these different things that you can eventually mix together until you can distill it further and further down until that thing that's just uniquely you that you find that was a thread in between all those different things. So that's what I would say. And certain things, another one you can describe is that life is kind of like stair steps that get like, that are staircases in the dark. And when you discover something else, it's like a spotlight gets onto that one step.
Yeah.
You get to the next step and you look around so you find that next one. And then sometimes you skip steps, but eventually you find them all. And then when you do, you can really choose like the path, which is your path that you know, authentically are on. And that's what it's all about. When you can take in as much information as possible, learn as much things as possible, experiment as much as possible, find yourself little bits uniquely you, you know?
I think the coolest part with that is now creators and musicians and artists, they can make songs and make snippets and post it or sing it or do it live on their Instagram and see what people engage with more too.
Yeah.
So if someone's finding their sound in music, you can post 30 videos of you singing covers or singing different types of songs and seeing how people engage with that or whatever it is, to be like, that's your sound and that's where you sound the best in, or that's the genre you should stay in, or whatever it is. I think there's so much uniqueness of not being trapped into like a box. And if something feels right to you and feels right to your heart, as cliche as that is, it's like, from there, then we've talked about it before, like manifestation.
Like his body. He's like, one day someone's gonna rob your bitch. What does that mean, bro? And he wasn't even laughing when he said that shit. He just said that with just confidence, bro. What the fuck?
Those next 20 steps are that I always say, like, what's the moon for you, right? Like, how you shoot for the moon. What's the biggest goal you ever had in life? And then what are the little steps to actually get you there, right? And that's gonna take however long it's gonna take. But if you figure out those steps, it's the best journey, you know?
Amazing. So we're actually going to open up, the live stream's been open and we've got quite a few questions. So thank you for everyone. If you have more questions, keep them coming. So first one, I think this is kind of fun since, if you haven't caught on, they've been very good friends for a long time. So how has it been being able to collaborate with each other through Samsung? And how do you find the transition from your old device onto your new device?
Wow. I think honestly being able to collaborate together on things like this, even being here right now together, and even the show that we've done together with Sam, like, it's such an amazing way to collaborate with your friends and just hang out as well, but also to work on something that really means something to both of you guys. And I feel like I definitely encourage people that have like really close homies and really close friend groups to like find like a thing that you guys can all do together that kind of like benefits everybody, because it is a beautiful experience to be able to travel and do this. And
I haven't seen him in a long time, so it's great to be like,
They said that if you meet a white person with blonde hair, it means that they're racist.
Our transition from our last device to these new devices that we have, I mean, it's like the greatest transition ever. It's such a beautiful, like this, being able to work on these and actually have multiple devices and not just one it's amazing. The technology that you guys have in it is insane. The camera is just ridiculous. I was taking pictures yesterday and it just makes everything feel so much brighter. It's been very cloudy in LA, but still when you take the photos, it feels so vibrant.
I need the fucking drawing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
It's just, it's amazing.
I think it's correct, but I need the proportions.
With me, tracking heart rates, things like that, steps, calories, like, that's just amazing. Like, I love it.
Yeah,
I really
think also think like making the switch was very easy.
Yeah.
I think that's like everyone's like tripping out about that, but it was very normal and easy. Where I feel like people get like overwhelmed with something new.
Yeah.
But like, I love, this is my favorite phone I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually though.
100%.
But I think I don't know, I think just like what he just said, like finding your group of friends and like pushing. We've always pushed each other no matter what since we were young. It's like, you can do that, you can do that, and you can do that. And we've talked about building cherries, and we talked about performing and making music before we did make music.
Yeah.
And like the fact that we're here is just, you don't stop, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, these were dreams that we talked about in his backyard 11 years ago. And now it's like, we're here and we get to do something with people that we love, and it becomes like a bigger part of a bigger family, and it's like, you get to see that.
Yeah. Amazing. We love having both of you on our team.
Oh, thank you.
We love it.
We love being here.
Okay, this is a question specifically for you, Harry. So, how does one find out who they are and how to love themselves? And do you have any advice for someone starting their self-love journey?
Was the light back?
For many years.
Yeah, I was good to do my hair. Oh my god. Young noise. There's like something right here. I like doing it like that and giving them bow leg because it looks really like dynamic. This is the last one, the girl. Maybe put clothes on the guy and we'll think about it. Let's just give him like a little shirt. Let's give him like a really baggy like shirt from British kid. There's loads of techniques. I learned one technique called being rude. And like, I don't like your dress. It's like, what you gotta say about my dress? And you just like, nah, I'm invested. When I see your face, like that shit really hits deep. Like you're mad pretty. I can see deep into your soul. You're not just pretty in the outside. You're pretty in the inside. Oh! You kill it. You kill her. Every night on, she'd be like, said my dress is bad, but you give me the best compliment ever. And you kind of win. Kind of. Boys, usually they told us, like, boys will be boys. And that's, but women are bad. Okay. It's summer, baby. I don't know even how her trousers look. This is like bugging me bad. Let me take off the shirt. I got no shirt, no! Put my shirt back on! Yo! No! I'm topless now! No! Yeah, you know it, bro. You know it. I don't know what crease would be here in the side. I don't know. I'm the nigger. Obviously the feet and shit. I don't know. Nice. That looks nice. He said, the teacher was like, you should have just waited there. I would have came out. That's what the teacher said to me. Should have just waited outside and I would have came. I should have waited. That was awesome. Look at that. That's Leo. Look at that. Oh my god. And then once I learn how to draw, it'll be over. I can't wait to know how to draw, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna learn something. I think I'll learn something. I play
how to
games,
start the self-love.
and you get like a
I
Steam
don't think
that like
start is
we're all
just
got like
something
Xbox, so I can play games.
you already started
Maybe pay for
by just
Xbox,
asking
Xbox
that
for Game
question.
Pass
Like
as
you
well.
started already, and I think with that is figuring out.
Xbox gonna die. They're giving away all their
self-help
games,
books. I love the
and
book.
clearly Xbox is a better console. But I don't like Xbox because you have to pay for internet. Why the fuck am I paying internet and I'm paying for the internet again? Are you retarded? You greedy motherfuckers? 1 billion ass motherfuckers? And a PlayStation, like at least PlayStation is clearly sees that they're making less money than you, but they didn't go into the dark side.
Make sure I'm good. He's like, no, go live your life, and then
Like this is what PlayStation is the go. I don't care if PlayStation only made like 100 million and Xbox made 1 billion. The fact that if you own an Xbox, you're automatically rich. You are automatically rich. If you own an Xbox, you're automatically rich. Because why the fuck are you paying for something? Like, what was the reason why I don't like Xbox? The controller is big and nice and chunky. You're like, yeah, this feels great. Until the fucking batteries break or something. Then the second thing, what? Xbox have to pay for online. Who pays for online? My mom and dad are already paying for the internet. And now you're making me pay again just so you can get extra money? What the fuck is that? PlayStation. What else about PlayStation? What do I like about PlayStation? PlayStation were clearly making less money. And they could have just been like, look, we're going to follow these Xbox people. They're clearly making less money. And PlayStation had tons of trillions of different games that were not even popular. The thing is crazy.
Like you're never gonna find that whatever you're looking for.
What I like about PlayStation, like PlayStation is the go. I love PlayStation.
And for me, a morning routine is like the most important thing to start your day. Is having a proper morning routine.
Yeah.
Eating right and doing whatever makes you happy. Getting off your phone first. Figuring out who you're gonna be today. And then going forward, it's very easy.
I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
And
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I'm doing all this. You're gonna be like, I think, there's a lot that goes into it, but the fact that she's asking that is like,
the fact that she's asking that is like.
How did everything that you're talking about right now lead you to what you're
It's like this. It's like a little.
Oh well. So I have a charity called Hey, I'm Here For You, and what it is, it's helping teens from 13 to 19 kind of figure out passion and purpose while they're going.
Cause the ass is all the way
I figured
here.
that out because when I was 20, going through chemo. I wasn't a pediatric patient.
He had cancer?
I was an adult, so I'm doing chemo.
Maybe I heard that yesterday and I forgot.
And so like I felt like there was no one I could relate to. Right, so everyone's like, you're like my grandchild, you shouldn't be here, but I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like that's the conversations I was having. Like, you're so young, you shouldn't have cancer, but I'm like, I have it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like you can't really go around that. And I would always ask my doctor, like, is there anybody my age around? And HIPAA laws, you can't discuss that. So he's like, no. And then I see somebody my age walking, I'm like, what the hell? Like, you just said there's no one my age, and I can't tell you who that is. And I'm like, oh, like, but you don't know that. There's a lot of like red flags and things. So during this process, I had music to fall back on. And I always tell this story. I had a woman sitting next to me in my first chemo. Her name was Bonnie. And the first thing she says is like she grabs my hand. She's like, this is going to suck. Right? I'm like, what the hell, Bonnie? I'm like,
oh my God, Bonnie.
And she grabbed my hand. She's like, this is going to be really tough. And like, I'm so sorry you're going through this. But like, this is who you are now. It's like it's just a part of you, and you got to accept that. Once you learn to accept that, you can learn to beat it, or you can learn to just be fine with it, right? And so she grabs me, and she's like, what do you love to do? And I'm like, I love to make music. And the first thing she asked, she's like, would you die for music? And I'm like, really confused. I'm like, I'm dying right now, and like it was a really confusing question. So I sat there, I'm like, would I die for music? Who asked that? Like, and I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, music saved my life in so many ways, right? Since I was a child, like, music helped me get out of, like, every bad spot I've ever been in, right? And so I sit there and I'm like, you know what, like, yes, I would die for music. And she's like, no matter how sick you are, how nauseous, how tired, whatever it is, she's always put music before cancer. So you have something to put before cancer. Do you have friends and family? I'm like, yeah, I love my friends and family. She's like, okay, music, friends, family, cancer. Right? And then she's like, you show up like it's school, you show up every day like it's work, and then everything else is more important than the cancer stuff. So every day I made it important to be in the studio or writing a song or making music during chemo or whatever it was. I made it short, even if it's 5 minutes a day. I made sure like music was a part of the day, right? And for me, it's like I was so lucky I had something I was passionate about during that time. So I was in the studio at 3 in the morning and then going to chemo at 6 a.m. It made no sense. My doctor hated me, but he was like, that kept me alive, you know? I was at the, like concerts and mosh pitting while I was doing treatment. My doctor was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I just want to live. If I'm going to, you know, it was this whole thing of
wow,
to fall back on." So I created this
what a legend.
charity because I'm like, if I beat this, I need to figure out how to help kids who are younger in the pediatric. Because pediatric did a thing. Thank you, Janet. But for a pediatric patient, you're 19 doing chemo with a 2-year-old. You know, and so that's also a confusing thing. And so we built this space out in Nashville.
Wow, that is such a good drawing. Look at that.
18-year-olds who have a common
Ooh,
ground,
cool.
hang out with each other and meet each other.
What should I do now?
So there's a meditation space.
Sketch daily, baby.
Studio, there's, you know,
I hate sketching.
if someone's watching,
Especially
we're
with
playing a game, and I see Jaden playing a game that I love, and we get to have that communication. And have that conversation.
Like, how am I gonna play? I don't know.
It's like we're providing passion and purpose.
What are you doing?
So
What the fuck you
learn
doing?
sustainability. Jaden would,
Where's my phone at?
and Jaden would mentor the kids who want to learn about sustainability. Right? It's very just this ongoing, in the moment.
I think I drew a
Concept that I
boy
created,
last
and
time.
we've just been in Nashville, like working on that.
Yeah, and we just went down there, maybe.
What are you doing? Don't let that nigga clap your cheeks. The fucking faggot. I really wish. I got no friend. Oh my god, no! Do you even know how to reel down? Cause God's children, they're special. They're not like you. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Lift your hands up to the sky. Cause you're the main character now. You're the main character now. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Cause you're the main character now. You're the main character now. What should I do now? All I have to do is learn something new. You're the main character now. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Does the Bible even say that shit? What the fuck's wrong with him? Oh. Oh my god. I was doing all that work and it wasn't even on the screen. Her body's really piercing. And he's so strong. What else is the next? Let's get to the...
We just, a year, maybe 10 months ago, maybe like 10 months ago we went down there and we were able to get in there for the first opening since COVID.
That was easy.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a really good job that you did there. Yeah.
Got the Children's Hospital, you know. But yeah.
Yeah. And his album is also called Hand Here For You, so.
Yeah. One day.
I love it.
Yeah.
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 That's an amazing story. I mean, truly inspiring.
You're the main character
There's
now.
no way to avoid the fact that, mental health comes into play, right? You mentioned you went through depression at one point, so I think being unsocial for some people can make it worse, right? So like, what do you do, right? Like, how do you keep your mental health stable when you're, creating content, creating music, trying to please others in a way, right? Putting out things that other people want.
I think, like Harry said, it's really important in the morning, in the beginning of the day, to just kind of take some time to yourself before you do anything, just to kind of feel any lingering emotions or thoughts from the day before, and then start to plan kind of your thoughts and what you're going to do for the next day and how you're going to feel and everything. And also, our phones, they're so versatile. They do so many different things that sometimes, social media isn't the only thing that you can do on your phone, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I have to just take social media off of my phone. I'll just scroll through my camera roll. I'll just go take photos. I'll record, I'll whatever. And sometimes I have to take it off of my phone just so I can get a little mental break from what other people want me to think about, and I have to get back to deciding what I'm going to think about for myself and deciding, how I'm going to feel, you know what I mean? Because there's so many things where people can put it on, Instagram and just get emotional, visceral reactions from so many people at once. And, sometimes you want to take yourself out of that equation when you need to. And when you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, it's okay to remove yourself from that equation for a little bit and then just jump back in again when you can be like a healthy participator. You know what I mean? Everybody else is doing it. And that's that thing about being yourself and being authentic to you, because, technology and our phones and everything, it does so much, and that's not the only thing it does, So
and
that's what I do.
Well, off of that, it's like you're not beating yourself up because everyone's comparing and competing. Especially on social media. It's like, I'm 20 and I don't have a Lamborghini and I'm not the biggest TikToker in the world or something like that. It's like, you can't compare and you can't compete. You have to figure out what you want and then kind of just go off that. Because when you're off social media, you gotta figure out who you are.
Right.
Because it makes you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you be doing amazing things and you look on something and you're like, I'm not doing what they're doing, though. And we all get caught in that. From the biggest stars in the world to just a normal, it's like we all get caught into the comparing and competing. And I feel like if you're falling into that trap and you're getting depressed and you're getting sad, like, step away and go to your camera roll, go to a park, go do some weird shit.
I love how done the hump there in the back.
Go do something weird and then like get with your friends and have real conversations.
Have real conversations.
It's not like gossip conversations. It's like
Okay.
spread that.
We got about a minute left, so I want to do one more live stream question.
Okay, cool.
From Kid Tango. In a world full of social media and outside impactful ideas, where and how do you find a way to take ideas and make it more your own brand?
Yeah, and sometimes I think when we're working on ideas too, that we want them to be like really, really innovative, we'll start, pulling information from other places. There's the mainstream of information that's coming through on our feeds or on, on social that we can all tap into. But then there's other streams of information you can begin tapping into, whether you can say, hey, I can pull all the visual information from this